want to talk about a different dude that I think everybody would much rather talk about, who's sitting in Belmarsh prison, Julian Assange, that Franco has also been one of the champions to cover. He's interviewed the Shiptons. He has interviewed pretty much everybody within the movement, and been one of the loudest supporters and advocates for freeing Julian Assange, for, again, journal. And all of this is tied to his case and to the Espionage Act, and the way that they're coming after journalists, the way they're coming after publishers, the way they're coming after anyone that is publishing a counter narrative to the security state, to the quote unquote deep state. And again, that's one of the things that you can expect to find over on Franc Analysis. He's definitely never been afraid of that narrative, and to ask those questions and to amplify and shine a light on freeing Julian Assange and on all the different aspects of how they have, this country and the UK have persecuted this man and have chased him all around the globe and have manufactured stories and crimes and all kinds of things to keep him silenced, and to serve as a further warning to all other content creators, which makes it that much more important to what we're doing. We're all taking huge risks here. And again, you talked about some of the people in the field that are putting themselves at risk. And I know that you've recently spoken with Vanessa Beeley and with Eva Bartlett. I know Tara Reid recently spoke with Wyatt Reed and with Alina Lip, who is right now literally under arrest in Germany because she was reporting the truth from Ukraine and Donbass over what's happening. I mean, it's a scary time to be an independent journalist, but getting the truth out there is more important than ever. So again, this is why it's I give you so much more credit for what you're doing, and again for why we're doing what we're doing. We're really trying to fight this narrative that if you don't do this, they're warning you that you could end up persecuted, jailed, and who knows what, your life ruined. Yeah. But we still do it anyway. Why?
Right. Thanks for bringing up Julian Assange, because that's central to all of this.
Mm-hmm.
If we want to get information out there, we can't do that if we don't have free press. And if they successfully extradite him to the US, and I mean, that shows that we don't have free press anywhere in the world. The US is going to try to extradite anybody that presents information that's inconvenient to the elite class of this country. Or of any country, if they can, successfully extradite someone to, we have to really get the message out there about whistleblowers when they present information. It's when they're the ones that are presenting the information that's most threatening to these people. So anybody that's getting censored the most is most of the time it's because they're presenting information, the most information out there, like TLAB presenting all these documents in regards to public health, the scientific literature and all that. His channel was getting taken down a lot harder on YouTube and on Twitter. He can't even have like a stable account on Twitter because of how all the information he was exposing about COVID-19. Julian Assange exposing all the stuff that the US government has done, not just what the US has done, but what the Russian government has done. So, I mean, free Julian Assange, keep broadcasting all those events that are happening on the ground. Those are really important. Shout out to Glory Jones. She was also helping Commander X, someone else who's in the information world, trying to expose corruption in this country. So, I mean, that's central to everything. We got to protect our freedom of speech. Anytime there's censorship happening, we have to call that out. Even if it's just like a video that gets removed, we got to call that out and stand by our brothers and sisters.
Yeah, and then the DMCA thing is a whole other thing. So this is one of the latest deals that we've been hearing about. What the police are doing is they're starting to now play copyrighted music over while they're policing, so that you can't film them and live stream it, because otherwise the big networks are going to take it down. Again, it's the security state working in conjunction with big tech, big pharma. It's kind of funny. I was listening to Jimmy Dore talk about that literally yesterday.
But they come up with anything.
It's
right? They censor my videos when I'm on the ground because there's a car that passes by with loud music playing.
They just keep
Like,
moving the
oh,
goalposts,
copyright.
man. It's this is why we need to share each other's videos. We need to tell everybody in our circles about these different channels, and not be afraid about, you know, the concern. You look, we need to have more conversations and argue and know how to argue. One of the things that we've all done is ended up in these little bubbles. One of the things, honestly, I do commend you for is you also like to, like you said, have these panel discussions where you bring together people of different ideologies that have open
Yeah.
conversations, okay, about what do we do about third parties, electoralism versus direct action. Where do we put our energy and focus when you're questioning COVID science and narrative? Who are the scientists and who are the studies that we can rely on and that we should be looking towards? Again, I've seen you interview when it comes to Ukraine and it comes to the narrative on foreign policy. Just this week, you had Garland Nixon on this week. Garland Nixon used to be
He's
with
great.
on the board of the ACLU and works for Sputnik and has tremendous amount of foreign policy experience. I know. God, so I wanted to ask some of you, and Cynthia McKinney, by the way, I also wanted to shout out the conversation you had with her recently. Again, you can see that not only do we cover Franco's coverage, I'm a fan and a friend. I actually do watch the videos. I watch his interviews. I think they're insightful. I think he asks amazing questions and gets people talking about things that they wouldn't necessarily ordinarily be talking about, and going deeper. Again, I think that everybody really should be subscribing to Franc Analysis on everywhere. I'd love to see you on a couple more platforms. One of the things I wanted to ask you about was writing. I know have you done any writing like Substack or blog writing or anything like that, or has it really just been video content?
I've done 2 Medium articles in areas that I'm most comfortable writing in right now, which was on vaccine mandates and on mask mandates. So I do have 2 articles on those. I cite scientific literature, I cite historical evidence, and I cite what people like Bill Gates have been doing in Africa and things like that. And I connect all that together on why we should be really skeptical when it comes to these mandatory public health procedures that aren't based on enough evidence. So I do have articles like that out. I haven't written much out like other articles, but I look forward to doing it more as I start being more informed about everything else that's going on in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I've read, actually, I think I shared one of those Medium articles, if not both of them. They were in Independent Left News, but definitely go check out Franc Analysis over on Medium.